Honorable Freda Akosua Prempeh, former MP for Tano North, former Deputy Gender and Social Affairs Minister, and a former Minister of State. Na ofia positions were dibebre. Honorable Yamado.
Minia meje also.
Afishapa.
Afin committee afisi sebahani ehia wa hani da so tinkwam.
Me refu tight back because as I was a doctor cry.
Hey, doctor need dey hu hia you. Nyanya dey confer on me.
Baby, we uko sua dey.
It's Honorable Dr. Freda Akosua Prempeh, former Minister for Water and Sanitation.
Fantastic. Honorable, you share ya chemum na mum ya to abai wie you know. And I think that's the first time I share honey.
Aye.
Good. And this yaba, but you said the course will be. It didn't know Becca.
I mean, you are mentioning TFO, now mentioned the form team or Tano North mainstream near Hafu.
Okay.
And the Braha for the Ghana fine engine. I say, my FM, there's some quite pa. And we are still fine engine. So my FM so more Jewel FM would be on content here for my life.
No correct.
It's a do form of team in catch and then you say, Ubeti Minka and you.
Omo touching Cassie and Yumreno. Unim Chinkase.
Unim Chinkase.
Oh, by the phone Chinkase, only be that.
Until class.
Oh, Charlie, and you're actually.
Yeah, for
Mimi need be that. But who Matilda by me who be that?
Now, Mentia and Bibifone na. Now, Mema Yen, who you are. The Addo the adding. So, penny for say, a chair so in Muye, as I be boina. Asamatu and adding. Adding so as I say, will be a shed suppo monsieur. Who said you are normally a doffo, a beau her yawno, what they Casacra, why we are no candy and no correct. And Jacassin as soon as said, be a saco con to bedroom. Casabi or her bit me a canabontin, a beau so a bit me a can fear, bit me a can dem. And to your best say, be a normally a doffo say. O be anywhere party in Kugu, and Hano, and Tateno. O be anywhere being cano. Yena ma tell the odi kan wo ntro no kan ma ball ma ka ma tin mempene ye ma we nko ye nye we sei eno ne yende obia ka hu bi eno ne yende obia role play ye e dey abedu pempen so ya bedui it is the time for us to sit back na ya hwe say the AC no e kwan be so ne be fa so a e be dey e be toto ne ma yie NDC for opposition 8 years may yes ya na a president Mahama na na kasa Ghana for ya refie bi adam de be ready afi but men kai say omo betoto omo ho ayampia bebre
dabi
wo radio so any WhatsApp so ne TikTok so but then they went back to the drawing board and omo kika na emasi ani and then normal sign the abeji power free and sim.
Okay,
this is what I expect all of us, especially million former MPs, former appointees. See nyina yemfa ye honyim. Say regional election no, say national election no, say constituency election no. Baby bia no yemfa ye honyim. And no here Greater Accra ha. Omo regional chairman Ashimo, or former MP dey in our parliament. Regional secretary, or former MP dey in our parliament. Tete Chai. Yeah. And no be 34 constituencies and just say 4 over 34.
I think say
maybe
I'm on nam crowd, Greater crowd, and your crowd.
And yet, what show national executives in power? Fifi Kwete, or your former MP, former minister.
Yes.
We here see a drink at your former MP, former minister. Hanabisu, or your former MP, former minister. Yamin, or your former minister. And you have a blend of my parliamentary procedures, the parliament, the elections, with a blend warmer. Also, soon could be the Naki Ajuna boom. Near the Yakoko na day, it's about time I drink sa Tibian because so who will this number of seats in parliament and our government. When you have a parliament, only government. You call 137, we need to see. You have better power 8 parliament. Now 9 parliament, you bro. It's mesre. Obie who on your paint, obie who on your head. Obie who are some bay, we MPP ni pa a bean count. And then what you are some aba. say ne one my appointments after 7 December. Omonya day, omofo omedwuma to ana yenyu omedi. Oh, you ask a very good question, say. What does the Constitution say? Your Constitution, no, a dear sem no oka. Say president, war from see a better from 7th December, equals 7th January. We are president.
You are still the president.
You are still the president.
Yes.
Me cry me yes sitting MP. You are about 7 January. That's a milusu 7 December. Na milusua. From 7 December na milusu.
6 January.
That's where be in. That's MP. I lost my primaries in January, but I was still the member of Parliament from January till December 7th. December 7th, year 2 years, and that's why MP because he says 6 January.
Yes, sure. MP
in because MP were but near 4 MP elect. Yes, sure we in as MP. It's between 7 January, 7 December to 6 January. Be a woman persuade so some projects are me also me commission. They also me to me be because within that space of time, you know, I was also the member of Parliament. And the Constitution is say December 7th year to a baby. Now what will lose no? The otisu dada no. When you hand over power, man. It was that so ye president. Professor be hand over.
Yes.
Here, media be make to assembly Felix Ofosuka. But president Nankasa so we call City FM online 22nd December. Tell you to a baby 7 January, 7 December. And so your appointments have been now kind of level.
Yeah.
But not double level Kwampo. About 11,000
workers. Yeah. I'm for more human. And watching NCC director. I be a near friend of Mrs. Josephine and Chroma. That time they appointed. Yes.
That time no appointed Shraj commissioner. And that intino that time now your appointments now Felix for Suka Chebeka say yemra so because it falls within that space of time no. Now no the Indian constitution and near the adwuma. So because say December City FM for report on say and all year appointments after 7 December. Also decisions some of these decisions were made in the larger interest of the country. And to assume say whatever decision President Akufo-Addo made after 7 December to 7th or 6th January were made in the larger interest of the country. Now say the meaning of Makaye no. Your constitution in the day adwuma. It is obi ewo contract. Emra kwan so. No enya contractor. Won't be in customer ba power into continue fee. It shouldn't work. Beginning say the work no. And we are no more contract. Oh, the young shame see their deadline in the 17th February.
Yes.
Young see 17th February. The young institutions and agencies, so-called institutions and agencies, lister. Omo de bekwa akoma mini apanyi Julius Debra ahwe say sebi one ma ye form wo adwuma mu no. Omo ye throw letter keke ne mo ana say mo contract mo sign. And why na mo contract no. And a contract in there na kawum. It is a wakwa adwumam, wakwa ye interview, wakwa wey, ebi wakwa mpa ji so wakwa try exams and so wakwa interview. Na ya bibia wie na wa pass ni ama contract se kwa ye adwuma. Na abaya sesente se kwotene fi. Meanwhile, most mo ba se mo be ba ma emabunu ni adwuma ye. Na me kai say 2009 aye lusu abano. Ye be kono na ye enlistment was security services.
Yeah.
Army. So time ni nipa be 400 or 500 no me yi omunyina.
Me sake omunyina me kai. Ebi mko do no ma ko training na wi.
Oba ko training be yi. I mean sometimes now you ask yourself say nti sa nipa no sabi obo nka Ghana for ho ana. It says a back can body any dokun no ye ton wo kwan ho kra no. We do ha so the MPP kala siwa na the NDC kala siwa san ya to. Democracy is an idea. Just say, I said,
goodness.
Many penny Julius Debra, honestly, the way and for from time I know a regional minister, Eastern region, Obedi chief of staff, and the way he's carried himself, maintain say Fibia Kata Akano, Obian can Wasembia, he's carried himself very, very well. It's where ye best no ɔne ne lawyer for san kɔtena ase na ɔmo hwɛ constitution ni bio na ɔmo hwɛ Ghana the larger interest of the country sɛ Ghana mabunu because 24-hour service adwuma so de bɛma yɛn mo kɔ security service abi ma yɛ adwuma prison sida
okay
na me kɔ anopa mitimi kɔ awia mitimi kɔ anadwo nyɛ 24-hour service
ɛno a
we 8 hours wɔ morning wo kɔ abɛpɔn obi so bɛba afternoon edu baabi na sɛ me pɛ me course bi aya ma kɔ lɔ bi agya de bi ato night eti wo pɔ anopa no ana ɔkɔ school
yeah
na awia no abɛtete wɔn akenka wɔn krata no asa akɔ so ti 24-hour service no kora wɔ hɔ dada nurse for mo yɛ 24-hour service filling station for yɛ 24-hour service pharmacy shops bi yɛ 24-hour service media stations yɛ 24-hour service eti me pɛsɛ bi hu sɛ mate sɛ so asa constitute committee bi so mo mehwɛ omo policies and programs no omo manifesto omo nneɛma omo pɛsɛ omo yɛ no within another space of time na ka me pɛsɛ saa committee no yɛ de ahyɛ guzita no nsa no they should come clear and tell Ghanaians exactly what they mean by the 24-hour service and the bema adwuma ama imebuno because the young people are craving for jobs eti da say what wa na omo di boom di akwa GPH ye di boom di akwa Ghana gas ye di boom di akwa ha sebi won't be nkwatra on ga say me kopa me wo ahina akwa ye adwuma e contract na de adwuma krata na de adwuma nti wo kɔ no wo do CV bɛkɔ na wo kɔ ane ye interview wo pass a nya ma krata nya ma appointment letter that's how it's supposed to be
yeah
but let me nim say ka ye to abawie ye hand over wie ye a ye kɔ 14 February ya almost my year near my bear back 2060 ye ka nya me who 24-hour service no me who nkukɔ nketen no time I no so air shall see so afen ye nkukɔ buo no say ye I don't even know but I think say constitutional issue ya be there say Ghana for nyina ye sorry because say na wo ahine nua bi na ye adwuma wo ba bi a ochina kwame nua bi be ye adwuma wo ba bi prince nua bi be ye adwuma wo ba bi omo nyina so ye mabunu omo nyina so ye Ghana ma enti say what precedent are we trying to set say people for there na Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo de obai wo say there why bi an mentwam meto aso but we also there wo ba there me Akufo Addo aye bi an metwam mento aso e president na wo say
yeah
emre so ye ninka so Ghana for so dey say ye ne abie ye hwe hwan ye tie de ekoso say do what 2028 ye be hwe asato abafoforo because Akufo Addo ibreso no na kenne and then matiti say omo betua the registration fee of 550
awofo no yetete ye
nam na yetete ye mama mo mane nye ho mama ye nkanto so na mama mo mane nye ho efisa Akufo Addo breso na Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo breso covid or no covid oma awofo ye ho haye efisa Akufo Addo de obama sebi ebiemfo ene ye sebi ye ni bi wo hwe free senior high school ye ba ye ya na ka bi obi a ote krokuma bi ti say bebi a me ba free atonsu ana akobna ana say akokọ amo ebi ana ne ba atwa enso na fa me kọ no wo hefa enso nde wo pa abofra kra betena ofie asansu ama wunya bi because obi akọ school ene Akufo Addo breso no o promise Ghana for so betua nursing and teacher training allowance oba ye obetua ye ene ye nam ne ye tete si ye samba betwam eti Ghana for behwe saa niema ye ekoso si yaso nsuo yaso ansa ye hudi emu oduro eti yesre omampanyi John Mahama Ghana for hye yembo so wo ba bedane Ghana ma Ghana ye paradise ebi wo ho akra wo so ene John Mahama breso ye betete dokno so kra de akọ 1 CD you see and they bosumi mbe miensa ni bosumi mienu yesi ya to petrol mbe prensa
yeah
and so ye didn't your campaign say nani ato petrol or chani ato petrol and then ato the system they dictate how the economy should run it is so many drew now your mind out so you take certain decisions to suit the system and then I say you me if you understand there assume or America your friend is simple Donald Trump say or see USA ID crana want to be my ADB
or cancel.
It's going to affect our health sector. Very huge. Seriously. It is a way your man penina say way to one. You should know how to fill the gaps.
Yo.
eti ebema yesika asem na yeden e said de ka de bekọ ha no go pian bi hye ha na de bi koku mosquito na de bi koku we na de boko ni nyina ye hyehyɛ ye betumi affect as a government.
Okay.
Eti ebese said de menua kan ye no aduanom a me hwɛ me pesa 17th no so na me hwɛ list a say affect you.
Okay.
Then we can all take a collective decision, because I think say Ghana for ye form within that space of time omu nyina our contract omu document omu appointment letter omu nyina kan wutribo ma sebi omu nya lawyer panyi edi omani no ma contest constitution or court.
Nidi the Honorable Dr. Freda Akosua Prempeh, former MP, former minister. Nzemera.
Yes sir. Eti mama ka se me de pa o si obisa question me o si enfonso ben na sa youth no maye
omo born ne say
omo ni certificate ni e form am ni problem pam omo se obi fa mpoma tina ni wura dan mu a yini pia bonten na mo se o tumi krata
afa na
dwuma you have no right
o crack qualification.
Well, of staff on need to me be out of the cast stand of one or revoke my appointment. Dabi.
Yansha we na yemma we yansha di we yemeba. Was say key achievements, actions, intervention of His Excellency John Mahama in office just 1 month. NDC for now last year. 1. Commence discussions with key stakeholders to restore peace to the people of Boko. 2. Constituted committee to set up gold board. 3. Formed an 8-member education forum planning committee to submit report and plan. Almost achievement to 1 month do my no. 4. Formed the economic dialogue planning committee to plan and engage necessary stakeholders to revive the economy. So muko baby senchi ekwadonko way. Oh. Arabo.
Ko si a program as we Italy. Program ya the
nipa wa biko.
Ya the funny currency.
5 point almost one listing you 1 month. Set up a tripartite committee to negotiate and determine minimum wage and base pay of public sector workers. 6. Issued directive through EPA for immediate halt of illegal mining activities in forests and water bodies. 7. Reduce University of Ghana residential facility fees from 3,000 to 2,000. Hey, nani ina achievement? My goodness. Or say 8, or say the key achievements, actions, interventions of His Excellency John Mahama in office. University, you know. Or say point 7. Reduce University of Ghana residential facility fees from 3,000 cedis to 2,500. Point 8. Averted imminent and orchestrated power crisis. Hey, well, reduce ministries from 30 to 23. That's an achievement. Point 10. Presented formal request to IGP for investigations and report on deaths during 2020 and 2024 general elections. Point 11. Halted sales of state lands and requested to lands commissions for submission of detailed report on state lands purchase. Point 12. Reversed seeming culture of silence with directive to CHAS, Conference of Heads of Assisted Secondary School, to highlight challenges associated with implementation of the free SHS program. Point 13. Nominated ministers in record first 14 days. Point 14. Reduce Hajj fares from 75,000 Ghana cedis to 62,000 Ghana per person. 15. Instituted National Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving Service. Point 16. Allocated food stored at warehouses in Tema to various senior high schools to address feeding challenges. This achievement. Well, point 17. Halted use of public funds for National Cathedral project. Point 18. Tightened surveillance. National Cathedral say halted use of public funds for the National Cathedral project. 18. Tighten surveillance at markets and directive to the Ghana National Fire Service to locate fire tenders closer to all markets. 19. Donated 1 million Ghana cedis to victims of the recent Kantamanto fire, and the individual will be the 22 million go. Point 20. United Chiefs of Western Region of the Western Region Chiefs after 5 years of divided House of Chiefs. 21. Constituted the Constitution Review Committee to review the 1992 Constitution, and the last one, formed the Oral Preparatory Committee to gather evidence for action. Honorable. 22 listed achievement within 1 month. Number 7. 7.7. Reduce UG, that University of Ghana residential facility fees, from 3,000 Ghana cedis to 2,500.
Now say UG for almost fees no. Na first na ye 2,000, right? Because na akufado etua aban to your electricity bills ema won.
Yeah.
And President Mahama buy almost so ntimi into electricity bills no. And you know, electricity bills na be kan ho no. And then the money rise call 3,000.
Yeah.
But I think the student body, you know, they've come together to renegotiate. And no more area about 2,500. And you know, I don't know where we best situate achievement in because when it there we did say your ankasa issue. And now EPA there no so no. To the best of my knowledge, I'm say Minister for Lands and the war a crime say obey review and also obey revoke licenses, mining lease and licenses and ade, depending on the situation, the gravity of the issue at hand. And you know so no. We did say Komujama EP or Mujama Minister for Land no take it that decision now. Because EPA for minim emra ma EPA for kwan so mube to me a revoke mining license and lease no. It's no so no. Omunja anyway say obi are entitled to an opinion. I'm so way we near be maybe natural way I'm say and from the party and
maybe
individual
analyst
on achievement.
Yes.
No, yes, said there. Meso meti ametumi aka achievements of President Akufo-Addo bebre ebi ni appointments oye December ya ye pese ye revoke eno de me de mesre I'm back on my knees mesre President Mahama say sebi mofra no omo ye Ghana for ena enye omo pe ena omo de kwatena ho so omo koye adwuma nti ebe ya yesre omo ndwen hu bio they should take a second look at it. Because once it affects it affects the whole family and affects the whole community. And you know, we kolan so kwatena fie sese ya. Sebi di enwuma ebio eno moko ya na mo so kwatena fie wotwe and 4 years. Actually has a party for beba and sana omatumi abenya adwuma ya na. And you know, a dicey situation by yenhwe constitution and yenhwe you should give yani can you say a human face. You should give a human face to this whole thing because be an nipa baako enye nipa mienu the agencies or the institutions and our government institutions are can ho asem but whatever it is I think say minia penny say medical aka say Chief of Staff, I respect him very, very, very much. Obia, he's carried himself very well. The woman Obia, and Obia one chain Bia so. The woman inti. Who hear the way or couch in the message you crowd to say. Not unto me and go straight to the point. Oh, he still wanted to bring some diplomacy into the whole. That's the kind of person he is. It's not try so best stay within that domain. Now on finding maybe I make titire no hona. You should give it a second look. No mo hwe na emofra na Nyankopon adom sebi ebia na abusua nyina ani da so baako ene wanya baabi asi no.
Okay.
No mo hwe no mo toto ni.
Honorable, on this subject matter of oral operation recover all loot omo constitute. And so quickly on that can be na honorable.
Mpanyi wa asembi omo eka se utwa anka egu a ana ubu anka egu a na unsi dan ye yen kam yen tia se wa sanka fu utwagu a na wonsi dan ye kwadansi process no eni anka atwa no e two different
ni twaka bia
amenka se mejiro. 1, commence discussion with key stakeholders to restore peace to Boko. Pacho, when you restore peace, Nana, David. The process of doing something, no, and chess away.
Okay.
Mawaha, Same boy.
Why you wait to say that one?
Yes, I can't worry for. Yes, I can't worry for Majina Nifa. Was say Masio Bape. Timis Makujanobi.
Obra no hade.
Why no hade? Achievement. Oh, dia sunje ba baby o ma pampanyin fo o monko ma Freda na so mo ne nko kasa wo sem na ko kasa waje atum unye hodwuma ye
ti en fam mo
David eti wonya ka wie se wantimi anyen so e nyame ka tia se sa committee sa hodo se wa 38 member committee a wo mo na be planning committee to submit report on report on the aba emaye
Enfanye fans.
Fans who say sa achievement dina make us be a free individual.
Yeah, o ma post all of them there o the bomb
I think it's too early to call.
Yes.
Because 7 January to 7 February just 1 month.
1 month.
So just give yourself. So what's 120 days?
100 days no so. Na bra bontin said me ba ye na boku se na tie. Matimi pampanyimfo akoma esi asumdua aba ema anuanu man tokwa bom ntemesi amuna motu nsa didie yo. Now the pictures ni enkomo bia koso a Ghana for say they know your business for boku.
You know what, they're also trying to tell us something. So MPP ya nyuma bebre, a lot of people kept saying to me everybody ya who dey
ntomo dey within 1 month. Yes.
Oh, okay.
1 month. Yes. Or a signal to
yes.
Ya baba ho. Who dey baba ho? Enti you know
mate mama de na sinti enu etimi ka bi meja Matias ye sa wo na wo ye na wo jeja wo ho wo na wo ye na wo jeja ho na wan kan wo hwe
ono de within 1 month so wa ye wi
wo gina wo afuo mu no wo se wo afuo no eswa wo ko bi afuo na wo se yes enti enu ano no amunye
my member honorable I think say after NPP defeat no review committee ebapro to know what exactly happened Emma NPP this in Kugui adeba ko man for kan wasempa is this delegate system why your MP 3 consecutive terms why your deputy minister also your minister there na Emma san Kugui ba no say committee in some be say na omokeka na
me sanso me kwa no so na me sanso wo me mane de no so
okay I know that say here pa
here me pa because we did this more year transition process
yes smoothly yeah.
And no person mo say within that process at that time no more year transition
what
decisions were taken at that time
good your chairman sabunsu was part or say your pen ni and me na person ni kasa yeah the person ni kasa pa
minim say more year transitions no na ministries ni bebre ejumane na enkoso because minister ntimi sign letter obi ntimi nya hwe because transition process mean no person mu wie enti no decisions na bia na ubisa o meko mu na o bema yehu na ye hwe da ye ma no ye first president
bia so akomanto no yam well before no abo be kono per information metete ne said the honorable Ken Oforiatta former finance minister nkofo abawura ne fie in military uniform mako ready ho
na say so na
say chebidi no
minim baby move sana story dem etiti no say
bia na nya no crack say social media no say nsem bebre
baba from baby source ni free ba no dey otimi say no crack
the best Ghana a peaceful country ya hand over peacefully. It says MPP NDC na war power. It's your best service so mama mrane sise yenye adwuma.
So ebia na ora for na start bia ora for.
Na say ora for no wo be ko obi fie kura say omotimi nya structure say ye adwuma. So say bia chairman of oral a year na say committee no be ma okrata bi. Say bia ye bo wo ahene ho. Ana ye bo ora fie kura betumi di krata bi a cho say ye fie ora. because me nua what dey cross na say wo mo be che
and obaba fia o mare what dey dey ye kofa car no and okohu no woje o masa kofa bio ono ane car wutwi
and na ebem say sasemi say vetting committee came up somehow ma mo e ka say nyom na suma nkrofo na nye owurafo and ekwaje car no enti esese ye hu exactly who is doing what na ebi man form ho amfrem say ye owurafo no mo ankotete nkrofo be dan say na dwubi no bi so frem so mabo awura Lord Komi efie akwaje ne car so mate say o masande car na community e besre owurafo no say omo nyina omo ye adwuma de abo o mangana but omo ma yenye no kwanpa so na sebi ebi mu form ho nkofrem e ma ne mesai eniema emuaye.
Alright, we just 15 minutes ago, in a story Ghana Web published, men in military uniform reportedly raid Ken Ofuriate's residence.
Now,
just 15 minutes ago.
Military uniform for no soldier for na
yentimi hu say ne say betimi hu so mu ye soldier for papa na say one that cost and so one
for so mo ko mo share uniform
there be yenim na all for no constitutionally are they permitted to do that?
Tumi bi enkura wo mo o mo tumi bi a
etina make us say so mo structure your mo ye no well because say obia betumi de ne ho agim obia so e share military uniform ba fi a ya kra ya ko security services mo akoye adwuma no wo obi o share uniform kra na you never get used to it. Eti binim se ken kra wo Ghana ha na so oni Ghana ha ene akobo area ni fie I don't know they wo fie ho aye kwa akohwe binim se police for kra ba ofie some mo search what they come with a search warrant.
Yes,
eti your court so ka se emro ofie ombe mo krata se e fa wa na enti no something has to be done well na bibia na de ahye ora bibia na de ahye ora na no o mare wa de mia mitie almost say enye orafo na kwaje car nti ho am na kwaje car no enti e be kan die so say orafo na akwa orafo mi sojafo am show military uniform yes ye best we are in a democratic era enti ma ye mfa ehu ni intimidation emma oman mu yes o manpanyi Mahama that is not him enti no megidi say mpanifo a edi won wachi no mo ne omachitaafo no enkasa. Back to Mifiasem. This is Mifiasem.
But I said, "Obeko Fiasem." You say you crata foforo, and the production team ne yedwumo
from Ghana Water.
Ghana Water. Omana 7 and working. We 11th February.
Today.
Directive to suspend all new recruited or recruit appointed in November 2024.
November
2024. I know crata.
November. Na say November dey na you got to abakra.
Into be a fan adwuma bia no kratanti echina asem we say follow up
follow up na mo
nipa ne nsashe krata na say acting managing director Adam Wakilu na ne nsashe ase
no was November say
November 2024
was say
a date in November
that was actually the month no
was say directive to suspend all new recruits appointed in November 2024. This serves as a formal directive regarding the appointment made in November 2024. It has been decided to suspend new recruits who were appointed in November 2024 and posted to your respective regions and who are not on the payroll as of January 2025. And this is to allow for an assessment of the situation and a comprehensive audit of the process leading to the engagement. Management will issue further directive when the needs arises. Kindly communicate to this to the individual concerned.
Me honorable Mutawakilu.
Ghana Water Company for
Energy Committee or Parliament. He's a very good friend. I'm saying the directive a boy bra with the chief of staff also issue ye. Say chief of staff say after 7 December. And also so the no from November. Two things that a boy bra. And you know we also we are reconciliation. Hear who exactly what is happening. If the chief of staff's directive is anything to go by there, then why should he take it from November?
No, sorry, abaho.
Because 7 January, 7 December, no crown.
Yes, we'll look into that.
Yes, sir.
We'll look into that matter tomorrow. Yes,
I'm not than you. Until we are so with one son.
Say na no opposition no ba power mu no aban mu no sa no betimi asa opposition.
Some betimi anti o say yehwe nyema yi.
Okay.
It is it we dey
said ponko dua anka ponko ne dua anka ne ho no saa na eni gina nso wo akomfo nso nsem owa so do ya mfie bo say ben saa ne bu no
waka ne ora wo yanko asem no so
na o say the fact find na e ko
yes review committee the entia mu lusu ye busabisa mo the entia mu free 137 about 88 the entia 2024 general election mulusu yi
me ba parliament na e opposition
2013
that's yeah Jumadin hard work e dey 169 in the bar parliament
that was 2016
yeah ba power mo mu wie ye no 2020 ne e tekọ 137 plus 1
enuka muti na ye
ti e ko no sa 169 to 137 no say no so ye review committee
yeah osafumafo
enti ede na gaps ben na yehu ya ye nsisi ano kwan ede akọ 88
wow powerful question
ede na ye nsisi ano kwan
na kokobo no ebom koko mo fi 160 number 137
so many factors obie ni ho say o ma fact finding for no ko so many de nti elusu obie ni de nti elusu obia contributing ni de some way somehow ene de abedu bempesu abedui na no am say mete minia kuma ana me bampo national youth organizer Salam Mustafa no ka say ono de researcher and he believes in data and science and oni mpanifo bi so di nkomo e mo catch from national security as far back as 2022 say 2024 abani ebelusu. That's my point.
National youth organizer
that one thing I can play it to you. That's my point.
Ora we repeat the kan bi o. O say consider no mo nim say pelusu
as far back as 2022
hey
and our ne party mpanyimfo bi di nkomo national security report ni ade nyina ne ono researcher enti
students so
okay
research the idea
90 good
and I have been a research assistant at the Dankwa Institute in the year 2012 in fact even to a very large extent all the way to 2016 a lot of research leading us to power. I was involved in the research idea and also no me obi a me data because politics are it's science and data. We have gradually moved away from period that you got ballot box na ya question na macho men abegina ho aye tutuasem near tutu na gradually no we are shifting to a more scientific, a more strategic and a more thinking based electioneering and politics. And one thing I'm getting ye na strategy and ye ni man obatofun. Now let me do one or two admissions. Midi National Youth Organizer Abaniwi Obi Freda nobody because the person is within the security system. So Emma Catcher me say you are my very good friend, but you are up against the hill. You have a lot of work to do because we share researcher and baby Amo as against where John Mahama is. I think we people have a lot of work to do. In fact, there was over 50% gap between us and John Mahama. And this was in October 2022. October 2022. In fact, Akumpreko, time campaign, or can say, oh, and this election, the NPP have lost it in 2022. You know, I'm sure it was premised on a certain, you know, information, data are not available to him. It's an issue, search back.
Tino money somebody lose 2022.
Say no news 2022. But my point is in person be fault to Obia because Obia contributing the quota. Unfortunately, no. Nyankopon no nim ne oye. And one my opposition. But Obia ebo no modern bia. But if we had this data, one would have thought to say, minimum juma ye wo ho. My ye decide data no since 2022 abesi 2024 ayetimi akolusu to this level so the medical kai na chia so emu ye ya reho ya ahomete enti no delegate system na wo ka ho asam no me ba ye ba parliament 2012 no na nipa ba ko na eto aba no na chairman of the polling station. It's that time now me were 90 polling stations into nipa 90 na to abano eno na enu achi no ye 2 year no te said de ne ye di ho abobo ya so ye expand na nipa ba de nipa betumi akampo omo eno kre those times nipa 90 untimi kampo omo nyina e be kampo omo nyina me omo de ye me make call primaries first one second one third time and I'm winning you yes yes we call first one. Second one, I lost by 1 vote. I didn't give up.
1 vote?
1 vote. Ekome. And I'm a South Bio.
Wow.
And I've served as an assemblywoman in Accra for 2 terms, 8 years. And so I'm a South constituency 3 terms. As I call it, I tried primary, so 3 terms. It's my elections. Bare 9 terms. And yet, Ketua, sir. But my boy, my cow, my team. Me branding ye de back to your party so need some way twato nkrofo so ama people are pained, people are hurt. It is our 2024 election no enye dipa nyina na sabi omunya akomapa obia de yaw any pain na enam enu ti na bia ama ye nuanom bebre antimi ankoto aba no but so the ones na ho ahi the cancer. What do you want to before baby crow? Because a buyer to be new me, be answer so baby and our fast or baby a ye nedi. A be so baby was school out in teacher or training allowance, a bay kay. A be or baby could JHS, a so comparable 550 betty. Nothing has changed and nothing is going to change. I'm looking forward, sir, and she say into 2 year modi any. A bosha share Ghana for a far COVID tax, any levy tax, any bed tax in a day, budget baby. This a minu kuma ato is working very hard at that. I saw the beba no meaning in every hona Ghana for ye hoa harry. But all the same, no, ye co expanded from 1 to 5. 5 no, my polling stations also moving from 90 to 125. It is all multiplying as all day. Coordinators in the electoral way when for the Becky now we will go close to 700. There are other identical classes, some delegates over 1,000. Yeah. Medina, you over 1,000. Domiko Benya, Ablekuma North in this and Manina. Who say NDC for at some point almost jai branch system no and more expanded. But also more tested waters no. Who say I'm warm and no more revert back to the branch system. Eti say ye call Congress na ya hwe and she share for in Sakraya e betumi aya or see a fight ni mienu nyina na ye system ni so ka say wo opin up so bia o ye card bearing member and to said ye nkofo propose ya you should look at the pros and cons. Obi o ye card bearing member no or ye paid up member na or ye known MPP ni ana and NDC for the omho ba befra be yi candidate amaya na ti sa nyema ni nyina no e wo say ehwe was we gidi say right from the polling station elections through to the constituency elections and especially the primaries na ye call ye no nyema bebre and the CCA. But election is about winning. And winning is about getting the right candidate. You know, at every level, whether polling station, constituency, or primaries, you need a winnable candidate. And sometimes it's about dialogue and compromise. Not necessarily searching china, ya brandy or wine, so wine the way a party A and I assume I see ain't you know, ya ma won't connect and coachina. A be our crown, our crowd, but when you see a mountain conwa colusu city. Sanyama when you know, we did say in Penifua Ebeba from the constituency level through to the region to the national level, no. I feel a national level near the who bedroom. Oh yes. Yes. I
don't know what you say.
So them no. I say idea ya can't muntie.
No, I think it's about time that we need people who are craving for power, who are craving for the return of the MPP. Not necessarily people who want to be there for personal interest.
Wow.
We have to strive, we have to work hard. We have to work hard to bring this party back to power. Here, me time and I share uniform. What praises I share uniform? 1991-92. That time I started say me wa manu. Me ye Cantonment Women's Association. Now me ye a Trade Fair Women's Association. Bema Camp Women's Association. Now until it was somebody na ye women's organizer at the time. Now my friend no be no greatest associations way. Ya kopebo si ade amama no. Na ye use omo dia ye campaign to get into the security service because we mean ko ye campaign. E Bema Camp and say prisons and police. Ya share adwuma we nyina so na bi mo montena opposition da no. Ya na ye ka omo nim se die sitie. Ye dey ya face opposition. It is about time getting involved at every level, whether polling station or constituency or regional, or beyond fan and what didn't in Yansa and what. And Yansa ni baku 40. So time no Okwakana ya brand Okwakani ya pomata. And sad didn't say no. Nina come on a dear opposition. It's a mesre. So fact finding impo omukwe. Ya tete say omudu constituency executives no ebe open up. Ama yetie from the grassroots no. The ordinary sympathizer also the national bano. Omuba no ma Freda lawyer for esquire. Ono na we na your side. Ni afro owa hini ni afro we the oba ba come we the oba be come no. Really no, we are not getting the real information on the ground. You are hearing what you want to hear, not what the people are going through or what we went through, what accounted for our loss. And I think say it's about time my no yeto yechi, because you can't gather spoiled milk. It's already gone. But the akano yenhwe kwan ye befa so ye betimi aboabo no. And ya bida 30 years the experience yenya wom no. Ya tena fiacho. Etinu sa 4 years we there. Me ka ejata nice say ye dwuma den na ye ka ye hubom near the mabo maka matiu near the bibia to a MPP shall bounce back in 2028. But ni nyina calls for unity, ni nyina calls for hard work, ni nyina calls for the odra ye woma each other. Na ye pinpoint say, oh, so one for lawyer anko de ne abane ye nto. One fa why hina anko abane ye nto. Assume si na so okon. Let's go for what the people want, because at the end of the day no, people at the grassroots no na be kwa akoto aba. Eti dey tried, tested and proven. Yenhwe kwan ye befa so ye betimi are organize ye. Won't know fact finding it. I think it's necessary, but I don't know whether after this set no mark on they are going to expand their scope to include other people, opinion leaders in the community, stakeholders, major stakeholders in the community, market women in the community, religious leaders, traditional authorities, and as I say, who kwa share constituency for the year. Me na make actually say campaign among continue lusu ye. Menka. Because ye na ye nim me kwa na metifie campaign me kwa Medina, me kwa Denta, me kwa Pru, me kwa Nkranza, me kwa ha. Me ya grassroots person, me di assemblywoman. It's been grassroots adwuma ye na me ye kokwase MP. Eti kokwase ni baby kra wo hɔ a wo de car beko no wasi e di motor ato so no ananti afa kokwa na because ka me ka kyerɛw baby wo ha wo twa nsuo bia na adua bi na da so wo ko wo tia so nyina na de wo ko, but sometimes you enjoy it. Oh, those days are there ne Kakufu Addo ne because you form a campaign. The affair kwan so beka ko do fie no. Wo pe wo didi kwan dok no di wo nsem. Ne affair on board. Na wo budi na wo fro. Na make ukuta a mattress, student mattress da mo ka mu. Mu du ekra bi ase am de ase ho mada. Enye ne se ye kwa kope 4-star hotel na 3-star hotel akodem. Ye beka ko du na fe ni akobu hotels. No, ye yanko sa campaign bi. Me former minister bi ye jeda ko ne lada bi ana ye de ko campaign. Edu ba bi e so osipia. Ni nyina na ye pia. Ni enam jom.
Ena wa bro.
Ye sipia.
Osimpia.
Once you there from that's the joy of campaign. Now say last election say because boy Medina for kakra ye konanti ya to be 12 midnight. And they like one no boy there send am me krom ka fa na commercial say. Me sha say 12 midnight na me 90 ma homachi because obi wo ho a okwafu.
Na phone wo kura ho nto kwa oba nadwo.
So oba nadwo. Obi wo so okoto na homachi no nan ansa wakwafu.
And I say rural MPs mo blessing one more krom.
Exactly to no campaign there. That's the joy and the beauty of it. So also mattress. Now also and that crowd they say food flask ne ade wo ha beti bi nsuo ni ade. Bless na bi ni ho. Say nsuo ya ya chechire omu na wo beti no wanom na wo sen no. Wo koda say mango bread na aba ya te mango agu nsuo na so te no wadi bi. Ya bo banchi apesi ani meko na te ho no wadi bi. Because me crowd back was me car ko say ho so ya Debra feeder. Ye twi about 9 o'clock. After because the police station chamber so no we dey ade asamo. And as me ko afu me nya hwe banchi bi na me abaye. Me fa kakra me face so ne ani e. And all the banchi isi so ye twi me ko kakra kan ho ne yete ho. And ye team and that's the beauty of it. So you associate with people, you identify with people. Now almost so we say also you are one of us. It is nipa da sanibi. What you say just before the election, Sami Jamfi and Kom Kotu Omutekosi Ashanti region. Lawyer Mewa.
Yeah.
Now, omo me dem imagine say omo anko anga say omo kwa with this seat o. Omo they are going to bring our votes down.
Yeah, that was the purpose.
To achieve it. And they've succeeded it. Into your casa Ashanti.
Yeah, we have many people be grand trouble. Yeah.
And you know, campaign beyond in the dynamics and in the strategy how they call. Because breaking the 18 was a very critical campaign period for us. And you know, your mistakes in yeah, no. Yet we can say the same strategy they call 2016, 2020, the Beko 2024. And we should learn from Sanya Mani Nani Kamum. Na yentimi entoto ye niema ye na da bia me ka say tama me wa assembly. I've gone through a lot of women's empowerment programs. Na one of the time be me share ye committee bi sa na me ka chair facilitator ba ko se mo na ma train ye ya ma na ye so ya be ye obi ayeka gender issues are so yetimi ka bi. It's about time you also got yourself involved. When you ask me ko contest MPNB. You know what she told us? If you don't meet me, go did matemo. You know, just I would the offer who kokoji. Now me they meet me from me hunkoji. Some mentality no was say jai.
Okay.
Here two last election, assembly elections. It was a signal.
Last assembly election.
Last assembly election.
Pro MPP members be lusui.
Maybe constituency. Duan Kwanta. They said that MPP NDC akwa we need Duan Kwanta assembly election. And so
they won.
The 18/7. 18 the year 7. We lost Yelusu Poto.
Tinene bomon kaye.
Necessary boy and quiet because me Prempeh for be catch up say niema akoso no. Say ye the boy who kokoni hwe kwan ye befa so a ye beto to ye niema because I've been an assembly woman before. I've gone through a lot of elections. It is a niema bi say sia. E ma wo ba wani ba wo so. Na watimi ahye wo sapo munsuo. Na watoto wo niema. Obi ti say papa we so ba TV3 a de me ye bia metimi ye late kra parliament because they say me tie no was asem wo beka no eto asum.
Yeah.
But sometimes so no e bia je bia obi tie no TV3 enti obi na utie na unim the line of argument. But they do baby a na ka do why he so baby a no why he so abaka bibi differently.
Okay.
Me de bia baby o bia me follow because I like the way he argues. It is our original level, our communication, our communicators, our district level, information centers, and we need to work on all those.
All right.
But I believe, say, if we restructure and put, finishing touches to team no more, I hope say they will extend or more fact finding to include major stakeholders. The ordinary ice water seller on the streets, the carpenter out there, fit and or tihono, the anti no motis wa me oman to aba. You should find out. Now you fan compare wasafo mafo, the no ni antina se, ni anhihye niema. Na yen si form. Yeah, lawyer from Cambrofo akese he me call situation hoi. Yeah, kokwa asefo. Ukotena radio station aka obrofo ukwa digitalization ukwa we NDC asemo obekwa akoka kokwa asefo no. Wo ma kwatena kokwa ase omu
got the point here catch say open doctrine makwadi a o say digitization.
Because the digital kwa ba wechewo.
No digital ni there. Yeah, well, and they say me call one of the banks. It be do no mu di me ho from honorable wari honorable.
Oh, mo ka bi chiro.
Oh, na me so anu kra there. Me no mu nyina na awe. Because mako ka be kan ye. Say say etie ye ntumi nkasa o. Na so na mu ntumi nkasa mu nyina say ka mko ye campaign bi. Mu nyina mo te ohwe say MPP be power. Na me nkwa na mko ye campaign. We pull around. How many people did you talk to within your office here? And that's if you're residential area, how many people did you talk to? And someone catch him say, how many of your people also talk to the middle class? Yeah, what bankers? We hang in a more buy. Also, some for Freda on buy.
And this is for
yes. And we have to identify gaps, baby, but I believe we say. Achia so embuye media have now focus the Freda they said the SC no want to and so me I've been through it before. I've been in opposition before 1992 till this time and I'm a power so that I've tasted both but opposition here baby as a whatna o ma panyi kofo ka o say party or power now ye messenger crampo na yes so opposition na director e bi na ato yen say we party or power now ye messenger cra. And then me free bank and me call ministries be. Yeah, na boys in security for no mujeje. I'm say normally do am be na waka ho no mo how. Me do mo so obi ani ho. And obi ani ho. I could see new faces.
Ya pama mu nyina.
Yes, because your party. Exactly.
Hey.
It is so we adwumade na party ba power. So you don't sit back and blame lawyer. You blame yourself. Because so tune and among and I do door to door and also could or some would jai a dimbo, or some would jai branding, or some would jai in Chatoswo, or some would jai to try Nentino, or some would jai Persemin Kumani, you put to be behind us. Yes, we have to move forward. We cannot allow ourselves to be bogged down till 2028 and beyond. We did from now to 20. Mahama now says, how many years does he have to? But this year, 2026, 2077, almost so baby presidential candidate. It's a hula balloon super sexy.
I can't bring your answer.
I can't bring your answer. You say, yet me, one boy what's it? For 2028.
So there.
Maybe any campaign office is going on.
Yeah, message out of one is this calls for a sober introspection to really know exactly what happened and how we can move forward.
Okay.
And in my ball, my car, apportioning blames, any on my call radio station and a way you say, you say, giant and a party in penny for message. Me, I'm General Secretary. In some review, says a new penny abre. Okasa no ahwe ya no ye mu ye mia ye kuro enti okasa no ahwe ya na okotietia nipa na so because obia is in pain enti asem bi ebe free wano bia na say ye nkuransha asem enye asem ebema ebetete nipa enti me feel say JFK de mia menu yakuma we General Secretary asem aba up to now kra no me share dante any direction be apart from fact finding team me put together almost so na me. So from radio station to radio station in some cabin asɛm bi wɔ ha yɛn ka obedwom because ɔkɔ cabinet kura na kɔdi nkɔ mountain metina bonten nkɔka ɛna saa obi ne hɔ so ɔkɔ election a ɔsɛbi wo mɔmpae nti so ɔka kyerɛ me sɛ election ɔkɔ yɛ spiritual a na sɛbi yɛn nyina wabu yɛ nimtia anya de ɛtɔ aso mu nti mɛsrɛ menua kɔma gye fi sɛ no kasa no ɛnkɔ fam ebian sɛ salam so akɔka sɛ wo nim sɛ yɛbɛlu so since 2022 yi ba chairman Bute first vice chairman de matie no ɔsɛ yɛ de adwuma hyɛ wɔn nsa adwuma no kɔ ɔma ntimi anya nti ɔne wɔnkɔ bio because adwuma no ankɔ yie nti no ɔkɔ akɔtena ase no akɔdwen mate sɛ na bi so ɔnyɛ dai ɔno so ɛnkɔ bio. I think we all have to sit back and reflect on the past.
All right.
How we can move forward. Now, your communicators, lawyers, what bedjuma, money, your opportunity, and Chama Menchia. Say, well, only me, I mean, your Kuma, Edujeta Maclo. When you see, I'm
going to tassel,
and the word Johnny Edja, we did talk out here. Lawyer now no one I think he's also done a yeoman's job.
Yes.
Yes. I think he deserves a position
okay.
As much as Nipa bi was so a yanti omudi. Minua gaga mintini di
adongo de say you know.
Ko him so mintini di.
Bogatanga does not know. Adongo.
Former Suhum MC. Baby, I'm not position one. In
fact, I don't want a mobile.
Adams. What's a last 5 into be any debate?
Use and dumping Ghana politics and see. Debra, more position, Mama Papa Casao, a finance.
Oh, but
we move about some accountant.
But I won't say
you want to controller.
Appointment, your Mahama, me who say use and dump appointment.
I don't go from me, I don't go more ye. But about me, Ebekasa, and I don't want to be young. No, be able to finance. So, and I deputy cry.
Obia, you say I don't go by the finance minister.
On him, finance minister.
You're sharing about sharing about.
Oh, that's accountant to Krana. You be here, name the Ekakra. I'm not giving up on.
Never be on by Minister of State.
This
is all quite watch it.
I don't buy a mobile. Why mobile?
Oh, but I think
I'm the Minister of State at the office of the presidency and
to be in charge of this.
Abano. Maybe I can
Aka 5. Aka almost 5 now.
It will be an idea.
Almost Okoka 16. Okoka is an
Not 50.
In a cabaret.
And you're a party. I should share money. I can't
16 watch you sports.
Yeah. Why yes, sports and recreation and a youth development.
But then water and sanitation are boom back to works and
housing. I don't know what you say. Oh, what ministry? Sir, I honor both.
Oh, so now for time Ministry of Water Resources,
Works and Housing. Ne boom.
And now the beche no, and the water and sanitation.
So then we
send it back to the various to the ministry.
Okay. Mate, lawyer Afokwa ewa ha. And honorable Debbie and Chibi why honorable. Okay. Lawyer be on mic in mame. Okay.
And some of free Kenya we combine what we call rural sociology in politics. So rural sociology a year juma in politics and apathy and political party dispensation. Because yen nom since we tell yen san nom na so be a numbi. Na amanfo nso air condition car nsi so enka se nipa ne nam no enne okuta iPhone okuta different way. O ti ase o share shorts no wa share ne pabo on socks nim na o chese as we different from wo. But ye ko campaign no the mommy kan ye na rural sociology ye pia car e kire se ye nyina ho ode ne ye ye bia no obi kotu banche ba ne de bo apesie ene ade nyina na obi a contribute ni quota it ebasa na se nipa onya hwe mpo a that level of recognition no e ka ekuo mabom
batunya tumi ni wi a
nya tumi ni wi a ene your ruling class elite class one white class na fi achichemu aba na beka ordinary people
apo akopata abo
na I don't need
know.
By entering you know, fact finding committee,
inform report on.
Well, embassy bidding akum. All right. Minim say omushe constituency for idiot. The constituency report beba.
All right.
But dear omushia the entire stakeholders are along the breadth and the length and breadth of this country. You been a cogent reporter. Every year rebuilding. All
right.
You see the constituency.
Yeah, well, identifiable groups in Ghana. Say them a honorable Freda Prempeh kai. Identifiable groups no obo to about o market base o monkey sanctuary na say be say bi o fa iPhone ko monkey sanctuary monkey bi abi bi no be di wachi
yeah
abi ni wachi
yeah
ma di kwadu kwa abi be di wachi because abi pe kwadu enuti say o kwa fact finding na tie the majority of the people you don't even focus on your party members.
See, form 4 now more they don't belong to your party.
They don't belong to your party. When they be kind of cry natural.
Okay.
What you say? Utie omo belong to wo. Na omo timi the issues na ba out. Na what timi asone so. Na what yi ye no na what dey aba. Your campaign na your strategy na say. Yankum, ye ka say kom a ye be keke bi edi.
Member honorable lawful kwa member honorable wie member honorable wie na e bi onko. Honorable ye hwe 8th parliament. Any 9th parliament actually the body the akoso ho vetting committee ni the akoso na fa wasem ni na be wie
now you know one parliament may enjoy parliamentary or more South African parliament.
Yeah.
There's this opposition leader friend is
Julius Malema. Julius Malema.
It's part of the game. You know, we disagree to agree all the time. Parliament, yes, you know, from who say, ye elected speaker no, san semi be CEO. Samubesha, ballot box near my yes say obi the blade the crazy sign. Minister for Youth and Sports, Mustafa, obi the blade sign near say in Parliament.
It is no great.
With the blade design, I remember.
That was the 8th parliament.
8th parliament.
Blade.
Yes, and MP back with Eve's naughty. So, in Tokwani see ye elected speaker no. Mekai munta come back and forth na ballot boxes in them room. Na who say
kala sahi kwazu di bika. Aso bi ani obi ehuye.
It's been some interesting parliaments in the 8th parliament. But 9th parliament they na yenim say enka de yehu ama na twamu no ka yensan enhu biu. Because the minority numbers na hwe majority numbers na keni say sa asem we esi. Now the 30th January no me what's a parliament we are not enemies. When you stand on your feet to debate we can but once you step out na to and say did nti yenya tamfo today ana me hwe metie vetting no that particular day na sat throughout the whole day metie vetting now to like 9:30 10 p.m. and I was asking myself say me cry metie fie no make sure kwanu mabre how much more nipa omoti ho mu bisa nkrofo anuasem enti so wotietie nkomodi e course na omo mayeti ase se me call betting omo bra letter se bra ene ana ochina ni amount time ni amount invitation cards for nipa 10 enti nipa 10 no na ebe ala omo mawia betting committee for no mark bia no better outside. But this one, after I take a different 10. A doma baby. Me tie vetting pa minuanom ni adofo hori nyina me tie na mombo me tie Jifako Mashi me tie Minister for Trade within a free brahafo. Ne papa fie obi fie kwan no we are nyina yayi. Na mombo de no Minister for Gender. Make I say metie Honorable Mahama Yariga, Majority Leader. No mama himfo na tena sia till about 9:30 p.m. Omo ba be pa himfo ne chew. So omo sre wo mo. Parliament edwuma kakra omo koye no ama ebre ko. Enom na nam so be tena sia che. Nti we de kebe ya ko omo sre wo mo. Na ka omo de na momo de no ahye ochina adete. Ama nananom etiase emo mu tu sheda. Etimi to be no se na ma agree so mbehwe nipa miensa na extend to nipa 5 akobo 9:30 na se minority force se de edu de nyina ya bre ya build a consensus all the time enti we de mama yem fanhye ochina na ka me fu se ka nya de a o se ketimi escalate to the babedu ye no but enti ase anya adwuma me na mo majority ena mo kokra ye beye vete no ene na kofa asanse bu nyina bai and a minority force say and she say bebre and o bet wonyina because of consensus building ye nyina ye baako ye pese ye boama John Mahama set up the government on time until we are shall say nyama nyina enke de oba before ye be clear for betting no say ye ma 2 weeks man for so obi won ho asem ka or be mo bi beba petition bi beba ma ye hwe sa nyam ni nyina o ma fa nya adwuma ye nominate wonopa awiane abeto akira ne ahwe wo yin enti edu night me kra na me hwe wo fie no I was tired because that person me hwe de be kwa kosi cause ye hwe wo awia no ma interview ma bet na another person aba na that time me nua be ma kando e beba no and I omo ka say there be ekobo 10 o'clock Samuel we there so ka say wo bet dipa na at the proper work of the panel crampon, you will not be able to unearth that hidden talent or whatever the person has. You want to be. It's no more my ochina. Most money because you are the majority. And the coffee ask for you in a buy. Mamma Judy said, Nina and Chay, minority leader, when you know, best for say, or Mufa and Che, Yamra Shebija for. Yenina, Nipa so there from so where you all the time. And by your first going forward, you know. So no to be NCBO. But unfortunately, no, and watching I suspended MPs bear for no. The son who said the actually on more Parliamentary crown, they were prevented from entering the chamber. Then so issue
because of speaker's directive.
Okay. You know, Messer say yeah, you throw position da. And MP NDC atna majority da. I don't think say yeah ba Parliament 2013 no sa SMB esi but bia no say ye take decision bi kra na ayedin amekai do aja ho obefre majority leader minority leader no aka chem say omo build a consensus so you see majority leader going this way minority leader going that way omo questionate ho bobo point omo beba no na asem na koye bibi foforo it will build consensus all the time but dem say bi mo eba no omunya adwin bi say minority for nu so enti ebe ye betwia form so but I like one interview omuye one of the MPs or say oba no nim say minority for 88 ni de omba betwia form so but oba ye no o say 1 week ye oba bedi no omunye minority for dey nye oma etwi form so cry enti he is still learning and I think Parliament no matter your level of education whatever you are you still have to learn on the job. It's a message say we no maba foforo no modoso. Omo bra omo ho ase na omo sua adwuma no because o bra ho ase na osua no na betimi de akonkan na wetimi akọ asamba. As for disagreement they will always disagree even at the committee level. Yeah, committee meetings you disagree on your reports. Na beba na majority report and by consensus. Even at the committee level, no, and then some na betumi agiatum. But you have to build bridges as you move on. No who say and then na ye minority or china ye betumi aye majority.
Don't you think the speaker's statement on say or describe them as micro minority na encourage the NDC so be try so me below. On the speaker so micro minority.
Speaker there so no do baby a why papa penyimu nti no sometimes no obeka bibia ebe release tension and I say ebe manipa settle Me, I didn't take it say serious.
Okay.
Now, if you say a micro minority cry, I think I honorable Fenyo marking so can say a day.
Mighty
Micro minority. And I think the the triple M, the mighty micro minority. It's a media, I know they're proud of me, fine, yes, but you should just put it behind us. But I think they are doing a great job. I think the minority is doing a great job under the able leadership of Afenyo Marking and Minia Patricia PJ.
Okay.
Say yeah, and say she's the most senior female MP on her side.
Yeah.
I can't any abna or Sasari. Me no money a call ye, I fizzle out. Not any Esla, Abna, Hawa. I Afenyo Marking credit in the call. I don't press
2012. Election 2013.
But so we say young man na ka your side no.
Muswa.
4 pe and you 5 per count and yet healthy at all. So if you really want to bridge the gender disparity gap by 2030, we have a lot of work to do.
Okay.
Now 2020 and this for ATB retaining majority on their side and yet be can do 31. And I believe say now that the affirmative action bill has been passed to an act and yebehwe na yankasa as a party no yes in future na yetimi aboaboa ye man dey give a man the opportunity say the be ya dachi bi no e ma be to be excel through this level because 9 on our side is not encouraging and healthy at all.
All right.
Amefa akwanya iso na menda etiefuo nyina sese ne oban FM force mama me opportunity na yeso ni adofo abedi nkomo nyina we are at your service me dey tell me am frame me a e ba beto adwumadie no so me kai those days na me ni Anita do sosu tamoye national women's organizer ahomache no online na me nante sa from Happy FM sa na Happy FM wo sa abosi wo kan ho no bi ba bibi kona biufu ha na okọ ha ansa na Francis so be national women's organizer na me ne nam ha ne de no yes macho and nanti radio stations mekai emre bia kanko na koka se ko 4 time I'm say maybe na wuwu and I'm say ko 4 na just kukum ni ba I was the only person single-handedly I'm organizing demonstration against Rolex at the time.
Wow.
They do baby no now the who coffee kana ko 4 town but we all for the sake of the party.
Okay.
We stood by.
All right.
It's your best adofo no and yet we perceive people that commitment, that zeal in our MPP say no na ahokeka no ye for ye hunwram ye
okay
na hu say ye dia me ntimi free mu nko ba bia and so you go on say the NDC for mo fight for ade omo ye no what to be in your crowd no be kosa meji yes
for energy ni bi
for energy no
okay
for energy no 2028
all right yes so that's it ni the honorable Dr. Freda Akosua Prempeh former MP for Tano North and a former deputy gender minister and former minister waye Juma Papa